My grandmother and I baked chocolate chip cookies every Sunday for 12 years. She always used the same recipe, the one on the back of the Toll House bag. She'd say, "Why mess with perfection, sweetheart?" And I'd crack the eggs while she measured the flour. We started when I was 6. Every Sunday at 2 p.m., I'd show up at her house and we'd bake exactly 3 dozen cookies. She'd let me eat the dough even though she'd say, "Don't tell your mother." We both knew my mother knew. Last month, she forgot the vanilla extract. First time ever. She stared at the mixing bowl for a full minute before saying, "Something's missing." I laughed it off. "You're getting old, Nana." She didn't laugh back. The next week, she asked me twice what temperature to preheat the oven to. 375 degrees. Same as always. Same as 12 years. 375, Nana. Like always. She nodded, but looked confused. Week 3, I found her standing in the kitchen with all the ingredients laid out on the counter, but she hadn't started, just standing there, staring. "You okay?" I asked. I can't remember what we're making." My stomach dropped. "Cookies, Nana. Chocolate chip, like we always do." Recognition flickered in her eyes. "Oh, yes, of course." I started doing more of the work. She'd watch and nod. Sometimes she'd reach for the salt instead of the sugar. I'd gently redirect her hand. "This one, Nana." She'd smile like nothing was wrong. Week 4, she called me Jessica. "That's my mother's name." I corrected her gently. "It's Emma, Nana." She blinked at me. "Emma, right, of course." But 5 minutes later, she did it again and again. I should have called someone then. Should have told my parents. But I was 18 and stupid and thought maybe she was just tired. Thought maybe next week would be better. Yesterday was Sunday. I showed up at 2 p.m. with my apron. The front door was unlocked. I walked in calling her name. The house smelled wrong. Burnt. Chemical. I found her in the kitchen. The oven was on 450 degrees. There was a cookie sheet inside, but it wasn't cookies. It was a dish towel. Charred black, smoking. The smoke detector battery was on the counter. Disconnected. She was sitting at the table in her nightgown, humming. Didn't look up when I came in. I ran to the oven and yanked the sheet out. Burned my hand on the metal. Threw it in the sink. "Nana." I turned to her. "What happened?" She looked at me. Really looked. Like she was trying to place my face. "I'm sorry," she said quietly. "Do I know you?" My throat tightened. I couldn't breathe. "It's me. It's Emma, your granddaughter. We bake cookies every—" "I don't bake," she interrupted. "I don't know how." I sat down hard in the chair across from her. My hands were shaking. She looked so small, so confused. Her favorite apron, the one that said "Queen of the Kitchen," was hanging on its hook. She'd worn it every Sunday for 12 years. I pulled out my phone and called my mom, explained everything through tears. The vanilla, the temperature, the dish towel in the oven. My mother's voice cracked. "I'll be right there." The doctor's appointment was Tuesday. Early onset Alzheimer's. Aggressive. She'd been hiding symptoms for months. Years, maybe. The cookies had been her anchor. The one thing she could still remember, until she couldn't. They moved her to a memory care facility 3 days later. I went to visit on Sunday at 2 p.m. Brought the Toll House bag. Thought maybe seeing it would help. She was in the common room watching TV. I sat down next to her. "Hi, Nana. Want to bake cookies?" She smiled politely. "That sounds nice, dear." But her eyes were empty. She didn't know me. Didn't know the recipe. Didn't know the 12 years of Sundays we'd spent covered in flour, laughing, stealing dough. I still have the last batch we made. Week 3, when she asked about the oven temperature twice, I froze them. Haven't touched them. Can't. The apron's still hanging in her empty kitchen.